Buckle up for another episode of Ghost Phasers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun as always is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
Oh, are we doing lines? Oh, okay, give me a sec. Hey, yeah, I'm really excited for the episode today. Richard.
What?
Yeah, this will be good.
Why are you winking at me?
Well, we're running lines, aren't we?
What do you mean? Why are you doing that voice?
Just classic Lawrence and Terrence.
I'm sorry, Lawrence and Terrence?
Lawrence and Terrence.
Who are Lawrence?
The real brothers who pretend to be brothers for the show.
Wait, so we're not brothers?
You know this. Why am I having to explain our real lives to you?
I don't like this voice. Stop.
It's me, Lawrence.
That's it. I'm bringing you in an alley. You're going to slit your throat.
Oh my God,
Let's
why?
get into it.
Ghost Phasers! We're facing ghosts! We're others, we're not! We're ghosts! Ghost Phasers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot! Ghost Phasers! We're facing nightmare! We're facing dread! Ghost Phasers! We're facing faceless! We're facing dead!
Hola, mis amigos, and welcome to Ghost Phasers. Today we're discussing Season 6, Episode 15, The French Mistake.
That's what my parents call me.
That's good. That's good. I like that. We've got a review.
I'm so excited that we're on this episode. Yeah. Review. Who gives a shit? Whatever.
People are saying good things about us.
No, I don't care.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
I do.
Yeah.
Stroke that ego. Let's do it.
Yeah, I can't believe we're talking about this finally. It's very good.
We could probably pack it up after this.
I mean, look. No, we've committed to 2027.
Yeah.
Right as your daughter's getting out of the house and going off to college.
God. It's not quite that far away, mercifully.
All right, 5-star review.
How do I remember my dad? I don't.
Oh my God.
He was always podcasting.
All right, from Rebecca.
Okay.
Who says, "Hey guys, I found your podcast because I listened to that other podcast. Spotify recommended you because of that. I never."
What, Dr. DC? Someone found us from Dr.
I'm assuming
she
the
means
other podcast. Yeah.
Well, please go check out Dr. DC. We need the numbers.
Yeah. It's fine. I never write or comment on anything because I don't have to agree with opinions to enjoy content. Uh-oh.
But I've made an exception.
Yeah. But read not understanding Bobby's I was born at night, but not last night.
It doesn't make it like
saying needed some southern United States clarification for our northern friends. It means you can think I am stupid, but I am not that stupid.
Do people think I don't know what the phrase means? I know what the phrase means. I think it's dumb because no one was talking about nighttime. The phrase comes out of nowhere.
It makes a lot of sense, yeah.
On its own, in a vacuum, I know what the phrase means, but in a conversation where no one's talking about nighttime, then you go, it's night, but not last night.
No, I was born at night, but not last night.
No one's talking about when he was born. No one's talking about nighttime. He just says it out of nowhere. It's a fucking stupid thing to say.
It's a colloquialism. Most of the time when you have a phrase, it's not about the thing that's happening. It's just referring to...
But something should spur it in conversation. You just out of nowhere be like, night. Someone say night. I wasn't born last night.
I feel like... Yeah,
what a fucking dumb thing to say.
This is probably just like a...
Hey, Southern U.S., I'm coming for you.
It's just, I love that it's like an artistic form, and you're like, did you use a phrase in the form like Darmok and Jalad? That's basically what it is.
No, that makes more sense. I do want the record to show I know what the phrase means. I think it's dumb to use that phrase.
Someone who doesn't understand it says.
Oh yeah, the king of understanding things is gonna...
I'm sorry, are you saying I'm stupid now?
I seem to have backed myself into some sort of corner here.
You son of a bitch. Happy to be your Southern saying translator in the future. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Rebecca.
Translate this.
Oh my.
No, thank you for the review.
Just the sound of your daughter in the bathroom again.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, I was I was upstairs in Reed's house, and his daughter was ripping ass in the bathroom.
That's my kid, baby.
It was very funny.
Yeah. We're trying to teach her to close the door, and it's not really sticking.
Clearly. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly it's not sticking. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing was sticking. That sounded like pure liquid.
Weird tangent.
Anyway, so this episode aired.
This episode is not hot shit.
No. Nope. This episode aired February 25th, 2011.
Nice. It's nice.
Who do you think wrote it?
Oh. Ben Edlund?
You know it. It's fucking Ben Edlund. It's such
I actually didn't remember. That was a legitimate guess.
That's such a Ben Edlund episode.
I almost said Carver Edlund. I had to remember like which. I was like, wait, which
Whose
way
way-
is the
yeah.
name real? Yeah.
Directed by Charles Beeson. Viewed by an estimated.
I mean, it's probably lower than I want, unless the promo was great. Like, I feel like this is like a cult classic episode of the show, but that doesn't necessarily mean that at the time it did great. I'm going to say under 2.
It's 2.18 million viewers.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly, par for the course.
Yeah, par. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Absolutely. All right, let's watch the promo.
Let's do it. That
That was kind of so fun.
That's the best promo they've ever had.
I think you're right.
They nail the tone. It's having a good time.
Yep.
It's conveying what the episode actually feels like. That promo's actually amazing.
I love that.
Man, season 6 promos.
I don't know why this is where they
Why did
pulled it
the
together.
promo budget get so big for season 6?
Or they just finally were like, all right, you guys can watch the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
So good. Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
It was so fun. I love whenever they use the like this summer as like a parody kind of voice.
Oh, yeah, but like all like good editing, good comedic timing. Yeah, they totally nail it.
Yeah, I love that. All right, international titles. So the title of The French Mistake is a reference to the climax of the 1974 American satirical Western film Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of said movie, a fight between the heroes and villains breaks
Yeah.
out that literally breaks the fourth walls and spills over to an adjacent movie set
Yeah.
wherein the musical entitled The French Mistake is being filmed.
And they keep they run around like the studio backlot and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the only part of Blazing Saddles I like. I don't actually
Yes.
really like Blazing Saddles.
Me either.
I love Mel Brooks, and I do not like Blazing Saddles.
I do like the Burning Bush.
But the end of Blazing Saddles is genius.
yes.
It's so good.
It's very good. Yeah.
It's some of the best stuff Mel Brooks ever did.
All right. International titles.
Okay, so how many do we have?
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So first one is Brazil.
Ooh, Brazil.
Capoeira.
This one's called like Meet the Real Life. Shit. Fuck.
No. The Brazilian title
Of course
is
it's not called Meet the Real Life, you fucking idiot. You're so fucking stupid. It started with that goddamn Knight thing, the Bobby Knight thing, you fucking idiot.
Anyways.
Didn't even understand it. I know you said you did, but you didn't.
the Brazil title is The Other Universe.
Sure.
Right?
Pretty-
good.
Yeah.
Though it does suggest that there's only 2 universes.
Yeah, this is the other one.
Yeah. All right. Next is the German title.
The German title. This is something we would call Brechtian, where you break the fourth wall, you interrupt the normal emotional impact of the thing, so you process it intellectually. Is this called the Brecht's Nightmare?
9.
Okay.
No, this title is The French Easily Gave Up.
Yeah.
The French easily submit.
Actually, I would say it's the one thing the French did right.
Oh, she's going to be mad at me again. No, the German title is Above Us, Only Sky.
Oh, okay. Interesting that they went so like
The one sort of random line.
so artistic too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. All right.
That's so unlike Germany. Am I wrong about Germany?
All right.
I'm gonna say
No, never. Germany has some great ideas.
I was about to say something I'd
Yeah.
have to beep.
Yep. Reed, I can't believe you cut that out.
No, that's my bit. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. Shit.
The next is this episode is The French Mistake.
Right.
The next title is the French title.
Right. And they just say the French. Because obviously we do not make mistakes.
The Mistake. French.
French mistake is where you fuck up, but you do it with tongue.
Oh God.
Just like everything else with French in front of it.
No, of course.
Doors,
Yeah, it's
onion soup.
You cover it in mayo.
No. The French title for this, like, is it called like Through the Looking Glass? Like, does it have some shit like that?
No, they focus on a weird element of this.
Oh, like Angel Assassin or something like that?
No, like a weirder, more hyper specific part of this. Like you thought Germany,
like Weapons of Heaven.
No,
Even weirder than all
Yeah.
of this. His name is Misha.
no, more specific than that.
Oh, is it Misha Migos?
No,
I
I wish.
Oh my god, that would be so good.
Uh,
Okay, no, just tell me. I'm not gonna guess it.
The French title is Freeze Frame.
That's pretty funny. Do you know what? I like that. That's good.
So
Because
weird.
that is basically the device. Do you know what? France, you son of a bitch, you did it.
Okay.
They said it couldn't be done.
I was really excited about this one.
This is Hungary, I'm
Yes,
assuming.
of course. I will give you a clue,
Okay.
which is it's a reference to a French animated television series.
Oh. Is it like Asterix and Obelisk or something?
No, I wish it was that. No.
Well, shit, I don't know.
The French title, or the Hungarian title, is Once Upon a Time, ellipses series.
Oh. Okay.
I don't get it.
I mean, God, I think my favorite thing with these Hungarian titles is that, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm assuming they make more sense in Hungarian, and we're just getting rough translations.
Uh-huh.
But that's me assuming. Who knows?
I do not know.
Once upon a time, ...
Series.
I was never going to guess that.
I know. Oh, God, I love you, Hungary. You're back.
That's really funny.
So good. Oh, God. So funny.
Weird.
All right. There is no featured music this episode, surprisingly. TV Guide describes this episode as Sam and Dean are transported to an alternate universe where they are actors on a TV show called Supernatural. And they are named Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. They must avoid an angelic hitman who is pursuing them.
I mean, yeah.
That is absolutely correct.
Nailed it. Just
2 weeks in a row.
Kind of just the right amount of
Detail.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we start talking about this episode, why don't we open up Dad's journal and learn about some of the real world lore?
Yeah, we were talking about this before we started the episode, but let's see what the lore says about metaphysics.
Oh, God. Yeah, a thing you said, I think I have all the information, but I don't really understand it.
Because you were like, did you do the lore? And I was like, I did.
That's less of the problem.
But that's actually not the problem. The problem is, I don't know that I get it. So,
I mean, if you just like read for like 30 minutes and understood metaphysics.
I mean, that's usually how it works for me.
Oh, yeah. You do a task for 30 minutes and it works for you.
Any task. Name one. Name one.
I mean, I don't
Civil engineering.
Yeah.
I'll build a bridge.
Yeah. String theory.
Yeah, string theory. Solved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metaphysics.
I found the Higgs boson.
Oh my god. Anyways,
metaphysics is essentially like the branch of philosophy that is concerned with the nature of being. Like
of existence?
The idea of existence, of reality,
Oh.
of what is true or real. There's whole branches of it, and it's very like in depth here. So the word itself actually comes from old in ancient Greek. It comes from a phrase that's like ta meta ta physica, which just means the ones after the nature ones.
Yeah.
Because it's referring to a bunch of books Aristotle wrote after he wrote a bunch of books about like philosophy and stuff. So it's just like these ones come after that.
Sure.
So that's metaphysics. Because physics is referring to like the physical.
Yeah.
So you're talking about reality and what's real and perception and that. And there's all sorts of different philosophies, ontological and epistemological philosophies that try to answer the question of what is real. Some of them go, there's things we can touch. There's physical things. Those are real. And then the counter argument is that like we can only perceive anything through our senses. Senses can be deceived.
Oh, interesting.
Ergo,
just because you see something doesn't mean it's real.
Yeah, ergo, the only thing that is real is that we are perceiving.
Sure.
So there's a logical extension of that in which there's a philosophy where the only thing that exists is your mind.
Jesus.
Because even my mind, because it's private, you can't perceive it. And so if the only things that exist are things you can perceive, you're technically the only thing that exists.
And nothing else.
And even by that, only your mind exists. Your body might not.
Jesus.
You know, like that's sort of like a solipsism kind of thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I'm sort of butchering that as well. I'm sure the philosophy majors will come at me for this. But, yeah. So there's elements of whether or not we can even determine what is real or not. But then there's this kind of interesting, I would argue that the philosophy end of it gets even more interesting when you look at like scientifically. We live more and more in a world where it is more and more sure that there are alternate realities.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like mathematically, according to scientific principle and physics and quantum mechanics and all these things, it's increasingly likely, increasingly sure that there's some version of parallel universes or alternate universes out there. And so if that is also true, there's like a whole nother level now to like, what does it mean to be real?
Sure.
You could argue that it's like you're real when you're in your, but like if you do all of the mathematical loops and you end up in another universe, are you real there?
Well,
what can't, you know, like philosophically, I mean,
and
what counts?
If we're in a simulation, then our mind isn't even technically.
Well, that's yet another piece of that too, right? You know, like even without alternate universes, there's the idea of like, if all of our senses can be deceived, then truly our mind might be real, but nothing else. Like we can't guarantee anything else is theoretically.
It's a measure of a man shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of like a base level thing, but I wanted to talk specifically about the kind of thing that we're doing in this episode.
Sure.
Which is like
metatext
and going into like, quote, the real world.
Sure. There's a thing we see a lot in comic books. Morrison.
Big in comic books. You know, I'm going to lean on that a bit because that's a thing I've got queued up. You know, for in DC, we have our other podcast, but in DC Comics, there's a multiverse. There's parallel Earths, and sometimes Superman's a bad guy, and sometimes he's a vampire or whatever. You know, like that shit is there. But there's a world in there that is meant to be our world.
Yeah.
A world whose laws of physics are so rigid that superheroes can't exist for real.
Yeah.
But it's part of the cosmos of parallel Earths, which is kind of adjacent to this supernatural thing where they end up on a world where the laws of nature are so rigid that you can't have heaven and hell or vampires or whatever and shit like that. And then even like what's it called? His Dark Materials.
Yeah.
You know, like that book starts with like, oh, there's a bear nation on Svalbard. Isn't that fun fantasy? By the end, they have like a knife that cuts through the fabric of reality. They're on a mission to kill God.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they're going through like parallel Earths and shit like that. So there is this kind of fascination, this meta text of like fictional elements encountering the real things that create them. The Dark Tower, Stephen King.
Yeah.
Stephen King, I'm positive is in that. I haven't read all of it, but I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that. Like, he is there. Yeah, there's an Animal Man comic where Animal Man meets Grant Morrison, the writer of Animal Man. All sorts of these things kind of exist. We do, you know, Deadpool looking out of the camera and talking to us. There is a sort of fascination that we have about fictional characters becoming real. And just to tie it back, if essentially the only thing that we can count as real is our own thoughts, the sort of I think, therefore I am, like, Cartesian sort of thing, then theoretically our belief in fictional characters gives them life. We talk about this like as a metaphor all the time, or as like art, which is like if you care about a thing, it becomes like a living organic thing, and Supernatural does a great job of being that too, you know. The interaction with the fans, we talk about that all the time. But there is this kind of thing of like, they talk about it in comics, they talk about it on Supernatural, but it's like the belief we have in fictional things makes them real. And whether that's elevating them to legend status, like King Arthur, where now it's like ambiguous, like did he
exist?
Was there an Arthur? Like some version of one, or whether it's just like that these things keep living on, or that they matter, or that we care about them. There is this kind of like lingering question of like, if our personal thoughts are the only thing we can guarantee are real, then the things we like or the worlds we inhabit and things like that are real by some definition only because of that.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast today about dreams, and the guy was breaking down the idea of that like so much of our like modern myths are probably from like dreams that have been repeated enough times that we actually assume that it actually happened.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I mean, he doesn't say it, but he's like maybe you have like a deity that like you dreamt came back to life.
Right.
It's like you tell it to enough people and suddenly every time you retell a story, the edges get shaved off a little bit.
Yeah. And you know, if you like, you're like, it's the incepting thing too, right? Someone else has that dream because they're thinking about it. Or, you know, like, yeah. Oh, that's interesting too.
Yeah. And also like they still don't really know like why we dream of the things we dream. So like theoretically, like that's a window into another world.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing in comic books. Like the conceited DC is that comic books are the windows to parallel Earths. So on our Earth, we open comics and we're seeing the real life adventures of a different world.
Yeah.
And their conceit is that like subconsciously creative type people whose minds are open are getting kind of these kind of waves of impressions of like real histories that they perceive as just like inspiring ideas.
Yeah, like this dream expert was saying, because the interviewer was like, "What like are your like? Do we know if dreams are you trying to solve problems?" And he's like, from a biological standpoint, it would make sense because he's like, you only remember like a percentage of the amount of dreams that you actually have.
Right.
So it wouldn't really make any sense because you're not really solving any problems if you can't remember what you did.
True.
And so he was just like, we don't really know why you dream of what you dream, except for that, like, if you're really musically inclined, you may dream about music. But
this is what I meant when a few weeks ago I was like, I don't believe in like an intelligent God.
Sure.
But I do believe that the science things we can't account for yet, like dark matter or whatever, are maybe the pieces that tie together those like spiritual elements of like dreams, shit like that people are like, I swear to God, like I don't believe in like any bullshit.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact I have dreamt things that have come true years later.
Yeah.
it's like a shameful, weird thing I had that I was like, I can't tell. I sound fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I know it for a fact. I know it happened.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it didn't happen. I know it.
But this is what I mean. Like, yeah.
And to me, that's like, is that like how dark matter interacts with us? That like it does something weird with our biology, and we get these impressions of like a parallel world where it already happened, and we're just waiting for it to transpire. You know what I mean? Like, or even just our world, but time is prismatic. Kind of like that bullshit. Yeah, trippy shit.
Man, I'm fucked up.
Here's the thing I love about this episode. It could get really bogged down in the what does it all mean?
Yeah.
And it does
Could not care less about that.
It's such a goddamn romp.
Yeah, 100%.
Love it.
All right, well, let's get into this episode. Before we do, though, we've got a behind-the-scenes note to talk about. So, Jared and Jensen said in a convention that they were worried when they were called to the writer's room for this episode. Because they never are.
Right. Were they called there so that the writers could get like details about them, right?
They just wanted their permission to mock them.
Right.
That's basically it. They were like, we're going to do this. Can we fuck with you guys?
Right. I mean, that's very courteous of the writers' room. They could have just done it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So we begin with the then. We get images of Castiel first arriving and like showing up on the show.
So good.
We get Raphael.
Yeah.
We get the sort of general battle between Castiel and Raphael, the battle that's going on in heaven for control.
Yep.
We
see Balthazar with the whatever he used to do the Pillars of Salt.
That's
Sodom
right.
and Gomorrah shit
the
to
weapons of heaven that they are trying to collect.
Yeah, remember that thread?
Yeah. Well, we didn't forget it. And of course, Ruby. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I gotta say, I mean, I haven't gone back and listened to what I said during the Ruby seasons, but yeah,
easy.
I don't know if I thought Ruby was hot before. But
Yeah,
I do in this episode.
Yes,
and I can't put my finger on it.
I'd like to.
Easy.
Okay, getting to the now.
Okay.
It's a dark and stormy night.
Yes.
Which is very fun because it's like a beginning of a story kind of thing.
It's very cute,
that. Yeah. Dean and Sam are doing some research at Bobby's house.
Yeah.
When suddenly Balthazar appears.
And we're like, I thought the thing skipped ahead.
No, it's so fast.
Because like they're there and then Balthazar is there and you're like, oh fuck. And he's like, well, it's happening tonight. It's gonna, and you go like, oh shit. Like I paused it and I was like, did I accidentally skip ahead?
Nope.
But I love that. I love that kind of energy where you're like,
we got a lot to do. Let's get through this.
But also like you're dropping in like midway. Like if this episode was a Balthazar episode, this is Act 3.
Sure.
You know, like
you're right.
And I kind of dig that. And he's looking for ingredients, and the guys are like, "What's going on?" And he's like barely registering them. He's mostly just talking to himself. And he's like, "I said hey," and he's like, "You did twice. Good for you."
Yeah. But we find out that Raphael is aiming to kill all of Castiel's allies and affiliates.
Yeah.
So he gives them a key.
He gives them a key, and he's gathering ingredients. He's doing some spell, and he's making a rune on a window. I do love that Bobby has everything because he's like going through drawers, and he's like bone from a whatever. He's like lamb's blood. He goes to the fridge. He's like lamb's blood, nice. And
he says a line that I love, which is like, that's the thing about Bobby. He always keeps a great pantry. Like
yeah.
I love that.
It is. I do, it's a good little detail that like there's no bullshit of like I have to go to I've got to go to Lebanon to find them. It's like Bobby's got it.
He's just like emptying out drawers to figure out where they are.
Yeah.
Love that. But
he's
just
doing all this and he's saying like, here, take this key. That'll make sense. You guys got like they're coming for you too. Anyone who's ever helped Cass, like it's going down. He goes, take this key, and Dean notices that like Balthazar's been hurt.
Yep.
And he plays it off, but it's like, if he's been hurt, it's not good.
He paints a sigil on a window.
Yeah. He says something like, yeah, it's a bit gruesome. I'm down a lung right now, actually, so you've got to go.
Yep. It's insane.
And he gets thrown across the room.
Because some angels show up.
Well, just one, I think. Virgil.
Okay, yeah. That's right.
This kind of assassin.
Yeah.
And Balthazar gets thrown across the room, and then he does his angel telekinesis thing, and he throws the guy through the window that he painted the sigil on.
Yeah.
And when they land on the other side, they land on crash mats, and then you hear cut, and they're on the set of Supernatural.
And that is the cold open.
I fucking love this episode so much.
I know.
I don't really remember the experience of watching it for the first time, but I guarantee I was sending you a ton of messages.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an insane
Because
concept.
I'm a real sucker for meta shit.
I mean, I know you are.
Big time sucker.
I know.
Yeah.
Supernatural is the show that is apparently about their lives.
It's so funny.
And everyone mistakes them for the actors Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki.
This is interesting too, because they are in this episode definitively in another universe.
Yes.
But the Jensen and Jared from that universe are not there.
No.
They're kind of quantum leaping.
Yes.
But
sort of.
spoilers for future, that's not always how parallel universe travel works.
But I mean, who knows what the spell was?
Yeah, totally. Don't know what the spell was or whatever, but I just think it's an interesting conceit.
Totally, yeah.
It's because it's a little quantum leapy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jared and Jensen, the actors, have both said that they were skeptical at first about playing themselves.
Okay.
Jensen, speaking about it, said that as long as he never has to break character as Dean, then it really doesn't matter what they were called or what situation they were in. Both actors have said that this episode ranks high on their list, though.
Right. They didn't want to have to just be themselves.
Yeah.
But
it's
to
not
be
acting.
being being told you're this
Yes.
and then pretending
That's one
is
thing.
different.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fair. That's fair.
So Jared and Jensen are then grabbed basically and whisked away.
Yeah, because they wrapped for the day and
They had to get their makeup taken off,
Yeah.
which is so funny.
well, the one Jared Sam gets whisked off to do like a junket kind of style interview, and Dean gets whisked off to get his makeup off. He's like, I'm not wearing makeup, and then he like looks at the thing. He's like, I'm a painted whore. He's like,
Very funny. It is also proof that they're in those characters' bodies.
yeah, exactly.
Which I think is an important.
Yeah, they haven't just swapped places. Yeah.
When Dean asks Sam, why would anyone watch their lives? Sam answers that, according to his interviewer, not very many people do.
This episode is so full of this kind of,
Which is
stuff.
as
It's
a
so
joke
funny.
as to the show's ever struggling ratings.
Yeah.
Just so funny.
It's really good.
According to that, not many people do. I love that line. It's so funny.
So good.
So they try to contact Castiel, but instead,
Well, yeah. So they go out and Dean tries to pray to Cass.
and he's just like, I don't know if it'll
At
work
first, he's
here.
like, I don't know if that word. And they look over, and Cass is staring at them.
In the trench coat.
He's right there, and they go over, and they're like, "Cass, what's up?" And he starts
Responding to them as being like, you're in an alternate reality.
They're like, Balthazar gave us the key, and he's like, the key goes to the weapons. The weapons are being hidden from blah blah blah. Blah.
I also
They
love-
have a whole fucking conversation about it, and then they say, "But what's with all the TV stuff?" And Cass or Misha goes, "Did we get new lines?" And he
So-
totally breaks. None of what he said was.
But I also do love that the episode that they're filming
Yeah.
is the thing that they're dealing with.
Yes,
It's so fucked up.
it's another twist
Yeah.
on what we had with Chuck and the books, right?
Yes.
Where because near the end he had caught up, he was writing the books as it happened, and this is another twist on it where it's like the episode they're filming because the director says it like season 6 or whatever.
So good. They mentioned that a few times.
And that's kind of funny, but yeah, what they're filming is about what's happening on their world,
So funny.
which again made me think of that comic book thing.
Yeah,
Of like,
yeah.
You're reading a thing you think is fiction, but it's the
Totally.
real events of
Absolutely.
somewhere else.
So they meet Misha Collins,
So
the actor that plays Castiel.
I love
on
the way
TV
he plays
show.
too, where he's like, keep in mind, he's been on since season 4, and he's like, I really feel like I'm almost part of the gang.
So funny.
He's so like meek.
But also a dick.
He's a little bit of a dick.
And a
He's
douchebag.
actually kind of like, I think he you know what?
When he like pushes away the makeup person.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
So when the idea was brought forward, Misha Collins, to play himself in this episode, asked the writers to make the character as much of a jerk as possible. When the final script was given to him, and he still wanted to add something to it in his own words, he said he tried to douche the character up as much as possible, like pushing the hair lady away and giving an intern the cold shoulder.
Yeah. With her like, good night, Misha, and he's just like, no response.
Yeah. He's like meek to Jared and Jensen, but to like the people underneath him, he does.
Yeah, he's got real like a ladder climber energy. Yeah,
so funny.
But I do love that like they walk away. And he's like, you really got me, guys. Good one.
And he starts tweeting out like,
he's like, on a BlackBerry. So good.
J square.
Yeah, J squared got me good. Hey, Misha Migos. Which is so funny. The Misha Migos thing is so good.
An extra level to this.
Yeah.
The tweets that Misha was doing actually went out.
Oh, I love that.
He actually tweeted all
like
of that.
from set.
Yes.
I love that.
Isn't that so good?
It's so funny.
So
that's like viral marketing you can't plan.
Exactly.
Oh God, that's good.
The extra levels that we're going to talk about viral marketing in a minute.
I'm sure.
Just fucking wait.
Okay. All right.
So the boys take refuge in Jensen Ackles' trailer.
Yeah, he's like, but I'm a jet. It is funny that the shot is in the promo, but at first, when they come back together after the interview and the makeup thing, Sam goes like, your name is Jensen Ackles and I'm something called a Jared Padalecki, which is like a fun way to phrase it, but it does make it sound like he's not human.
He's also like, you're Polish? Like,
yeah, Dean's like, what, you're Polish now? This is ridiculous.
So funny.
Yeah, that's very funny. But then, so they see this trailer that has Jensen's name on it. He goes, I'm Jensen. I guess this is mine.
Yeah.
And they go in, there's a big aquarium and a remote control helicopter. Like, I love that their version of Jensen is basically still just Dean.
Yes.
Like, just a big kid.
Yes. They also find out that Jensen was a soap opera star.
Yeah, and I assume that is a real clip from...
So.
It looked like a real... Like, I'd have no reason to think it's not a real clip.
So, in the scene where Sam and Dean watch a clip of Jensen from Days of Our Lives, 1965, when it started... Crazy that's still going on. Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles thought the clip playing on the laptop would be added in post-production.
Right.
But the actual clip was played as the scene was shot, and Jensen and Jared's reaction are mostly real. Jensen later said that he felt embarrassed by it because that is a real clip from when he was
I love that
on
so
Days
much.
of Our Lives.
I love it so much. I also like that he holds up like a Supernatural magazine, and I forget what he says. Because it's something to the effect of like, "We're some boy band bullshit." Like,
yeah, he says like, he's like, Jared, like, why are you doing Blue Steel?
Yeah,
which is a reference to Zoolander.
Yeah,
but
making fun of like the hot guys like element of it is very funny.
There's also a brief moment where an extra level here, which is if you look at the video playing in the background of him and Jared where they were filming that scene earlier.
Right.
They briefly break the fourth wall even further and wink directly in the camera.
Oh, interesting.
Each of them does it. You'll see it. It's like as Jared and Jensen talk, keep looking in the background, and Jared does it first, and then Jensen leans over
them
and winks.
as the actors do it.
But
playing Sam and Dean in the bodies of the actors. Yeah.
Insane.
But it's like the real Sam and Dean put the winks in. Yeah. Or sorry, the real Jared and Jensen put the winks in. We also should say, I think the first time that season 6 comment comes up that the director goes, season 6 is because that moment where they crash through the window, something went wonky with the system.
Yes.
And it ruins a little bit of the footage. So this is the one indication
something is up.
Yeah. And they kind of do that, like, what could we do? Be like, well, we could reset the window. It takes 90 minutes. Or we could just, we could just, I don't know, freeze frame and then cut to them falling outside. And he goes, yeah, whatever, season 6.
So good. Not the only time that they do that.
Yeah. I mean, God, the levels, I will say, the levels to which everyone involved is willing to basically lampoon themselves.
Yeah.
And put the worst versions of themselves forward is
so
like,
good.
That's what you have to do.
Absolutely.
And I love that everyone was game.
100%. Okay. So Dean suggests that they try doing the same spell that Balthazar did to them.
Yeah, he was like, I was paying attention. I know what the ingredients are.
He even draws
this
down
is
the
the
sigil.
We'll, hocus pocus our way back to where we're supposed to be.
Exactly. So then they go back to the set and discouraged that there are no real saints' bones or other items that they need in the set of Bobby's house. So they decide that they're going to need to get out of there.
Yeah. And they leave together.
Well, the problem is they go like, I just need to get the hell out of here. And so then they first try to take the Impala.
Yeah, and this PA has to be like, Mr. Ackles. And the car's like they're like, what's wrong? And he's like, it's a prop.
Yeah, it does not work.
It's so good.
So
there was also a moment, I mean, we're going all over the place here, but there was also a moment earlier where they saw that there were like 8 of the Impala. Oh, and Dean's like, I'm going to be sick.
So funny.
Yeah.
So they're like, how do I get out of here? And they're like, oh, we'll get your bodyguard to come get you. So Cliff Kosterman takes them and they're like, where am I dropping you guys off? And they're like, I'm going to go to Jared's place.
And he's like, oh, you guys talking now?
Very funny. They're like, we're going to act together.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
Which is it feels very much like, are these two having a torrid affair? Like,
but I do kind of like that this episode plays on the idea of like, anytime something weird happens with their personality, they just go like, actors.
Yes.
Like fucking divas.
I do love that.
Anytime something weird happens, they're like, all right.
Yeah. So the name of Jensen and Jared's...
They're driving. Sorry, I just want to... I want to make sure I catch some of this stuff. They're driving...
driving into Vancouver.
And Dean is like, we're not even in America.
It's just so funny that it's
he's like almost as disgusted at being in Canada as he was about there being a bunch of babies.
He's just like, the show's not even filmed in America.
Yeah, we're not even in America.
So good.
Yeah.
I do love that.
I do like that they put some details in, like, we'll talk about, but like there's Canadian cash. They make sure you see like Vancouver police.
The
like
fucking caution tape with a little
The caution tape has a maple leaf on it. And I thought for a second, I was like, does our caution tape have?
It does not.
I was like, of course it doesn't. But for a second, I was like,
maybe
that doesn't not sound like a Canadian thing.
I mean,
to do.
you're not
like,
wrong.
Make sure people know this is the Canadian one.
Yes. So
like
funny.
Super insecure.
But so this guy's name is Cliff Kosterman.
Right.
In real life, Cliff Kosterman was actually the actor's bodyguards and guest starred as Tiny in the season 2 episode, which we talked about. Prison Blues.
That's right. Yeah.
Jared's place turns out to be a large, ostentatious mansion.
I love that they both simultaneously go like, not many people watch this show, and also Jared's place is massive, like implying that like he's bad with money.
Yes. But they also do that later with Jensen.
They also do it with Jensen, yeah. Like they're both full of themselves.
Yes.
It's really good, yeah.
But also, like, from what I remember, like, I had looked up how much they get paid for the show, and it's not like an extreme amount of money. Like,
no, certainly wouldn't have been then.
No. So we go inside, and he's got a tanning bed.
Yeah, there's a tanning bed. They don't clock it right away, but you see all these like faux Andy Warhol kind of like
bad
images of Jared.
Yep.
And of Jen.
Yes.
Which is really good.
They also hear a weird sound, and Jensen looks in the backyard, and there's an alpaca.
Yeah. And then Jen comes in.
Yep.
And Dean turns around and goes, Ruby? And she goes, ha, that never gets old.
So fucking hot.
I mean, good Lord.
Holy shit.
So, I don't know if I felt like her Ruby was like that hot, but other than when you first catch up with them and you're like, oh Sam. Yes. but yeah, good Lord.
So I've got a few notes here. So when the boys go to Jared's house and are flabbergasted by the size of the opulence of the house, Sam remarks, I must be the star of this thing, which is very funny.
Yeah.
It's technically true. I mean, both Jared and Jensen are the leads of Supernatural.
It is about Sam.
Well, and neither treated with any more deference than the other. The show was originally written with Sam as the pivotal character.
Yeah, it's about him being brought back into the life.
Yeah.
He's the demon child. There's like all the... Yeah.
Exactly. They cast the role of Sam first, and to this day, Jared is number 1 on the call sheet.
Right.
Which is the pride of place reserved for the star of the production. So technically,
Yeah. That's
is.
very funny.
The idea of Jared also having an alpaca in his backyard came from Jared and Jen real life honeymoon trip to Machu Picchu.
Oh, that's cute. Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
In this scene, we learn that Jared and Jen in this world are married.
Mm-hmm.
Are they already married in real life, or are they just together and this is like a little joke?
Jared and Jen married in real life on February 27th, 2010.
So the year before.
Yeah.
1 year earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
In Sun Valley, Idaho. The photo on the mantle next to the alpaca, which I love, they have a photo of the alpaca, is an actual wedding photo taken by Kristen Schultz and featured in an article in Sun Valley magazine.
Oh, there you go. That's fun.
But yeah, so the Genevieve shows up. She kisses Sam, who believes that this is her husband. I mean, technically it is. It's the body even of him.
Yeah.
After Genevieve...
This is a Wonder Woman 1984 scenario.
Yes. Complicated.
Yeah.
And it gets worse.
Yeah.
So after Genevieve heads out to a charity function for the International Otter Adoption Fund.
Here's what I like about this too. They're obviously riffing on an idea that they like have causes and stuff they care about, but like I do also like that they will make fun of how insignificant like some of these at least sound.
Sure.
Like, it's the International Otter Fund. Like
Otter Adoption Fund.
Has nothing to do with like helping starving kids or like anything for people. It's just like, but the otters need to be adopted. It's like, who has a fucking otter?
I
love that.
According to Jared, Genevieve was afraid to come back to the show.
Really?
After the negative reception of her character.
I mean, that's true. People really
didn't
jive with Ruby.
But agreed when told that the script would make fun of her.
Right.
Matching up the fact.
I like that she was like, but people hated it. It was like, don't worry, we'll make fun of you. She's like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
Jared is so with some fact and fiction here, Jared is an animal lover who owns dogs, Harley, Sadie, Arlo, and Coda.
I mean, if you really loved animals, you wouldn't own them.
All right. Jesus Christ, PETA.
Just saying.
He has given support to the animal rights groups PETA and A Dog's Life Rescue. Genevieve and Jared support the charity 5GYRES, which combats ocean pollution. And money raised from auctions at Salute to Supernatural San Francisco 2011 went to it.
5G. He's a Chinese agent.
Sure, yes. So
spread my John Winchester conspiracy theories.
Sam and Dean go online and purchase some Saints bones for rush delivery using Jared's credit cards.
I do love that when Dean goes to use Jensen's credit card, it's declined.
So funny.
Like he's just been, but we've also seen his trailer, so all he's been buying has been like toys and like stupid bullshit.
So good. Dean then spends the night on Jared's couch while Sam
Jen also says like, it's nice to see you guys talking.
Yes.
This is the second or third even.
Yeah.
Because I think even the director might say like, oh, at least they're you know, like there's a few references to the fact that like in this world, Jensen and Jared, no.
Exactly. Sam alternates between surfing the internet for signs of supernatural activity and sleeping with Genevieve.
Does he?
Yeah. She like grabs him by his hand and drags him upstairs.
Oh yeah.
In a dream scenario.
Yeah. Right. So this is fully
yeah.
a Wonder Woman 1984 scenario.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's slightly different.
Slightly different because it is him.
It's at least the same guy in the body.
Yes.
Or a version of that guy in the body.
Yes.
She also doesn't know.
And he's
it's different from Wonder Woman 1984 where she's like, I know you're in someone else's body, but this is happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also technically with somebody that he's already slept with, but that's not that person.
Well, listen, I think we as a society have a tenuous grasp of morality and ethics as it is. And alternate reality. I mean, did you like the discourse about Loki where it's like, is it
incensed?
really wrong if it's technically a version of you? And it's like, just breathe some air.
Yeah.
Just touch grass. Stop trying to fuck an alternate universe version of yourself.
I'm just saying, if it happened, I need to know.
Meet a real person, you clods. But also, I really ship Loki and Sylvie.
I mean, look, it's complicated.
Yeah.
So the next morning,
oh man, am I the problem?
Cliff drives them to the airport to pick up a rush delivery.
Yeah, and he's like, "There's nothing illegal happening here," and they're like, "No."
They would actually say, "If we told you no, would that feel better?"
And again, I love the like, fucking Hollywood bullshit.
So funny.
This is people just casually breaking the law, and so it's just like whatever. So I don't get paid enough for this.
He then takes them back to the set.
Yeah.
As we're entering the studio, we see that the studio where the show was filmed is, in this alternate reality, is named KM Studios, which is an homage to the show's late producer, Kim Manners.
Sure.
At the Salute to Supernatural San Francisco 2011 conference that happened in January of 2011, Cliff Kosterman reported that the Supernatural Studios in Burnaby, Vancouver had officially been named that in honor of Kim.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So it is now the KM Studios.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, man.
I know. This is the best part of the entire episode.
God, it's so good. It starts with they're trying to open this thing up because they want to do the ritual.
Yeah.
And the director comes in and Dean is like, we need
8 hours.
We need to clear the set. And he's like, for actor stuff. I love that Dean can't even like lie.
Pretend
like,
something. Yeah.
And the director's like, well, we have a lot to film today, so you do your actor stuff and we'll do our camera stuff. It's so condescending. It's really good.
I really love it.
Yeah, it's very funny. I don't know who that actor is. He's so goddamn. He's so dry. So then
Dean goes back to Sam and is like, "Hey, bad news. We have to act."
Yeah. Oh my god. And we basically just get a montage of them attempting to do this scene with Misha as Cass,
yes,
who says something to the effect of like, Raphael won't stop there. We need to find them,
yes.
blah, blah, blah. And, oh my God, there's too much to talk about here. But, like them not knowing what to do with their hands.
So funny.
That is such an actor thing.
Is it?
Oh my God. You never know what to do with your fucking hands. When you hear people talk about business, it's just anything to distract you from not knowing what to do with your hands.
But just like normal people don't like do anything with their hands.
I know, but it's as soon as you know you're being watched. Like, even think of like you giving like a talk.
Yeah.
If you're just talking and maybe you talk with your hands, that's one thing. But if all of a sudden if you were made aware of it, if you like realized and then you went like, pocket, it's too casual. This is that.
So
you start
funny.
like overthinking it.
So funny.
And so that so funny. B, Dean trying to hit his mark where he moves over. We get all of like the director keeps going like cut, and then we get like take 32.
Yes.
Like we're it's getting worse and worse. I love Sam going up. It's like, but if we have key, and he holds up one hand, there must be a lock, and he holds up his other.
So good.
Oh,
so that's actually a reference to something. So,
really?
When Sam awkwardly delivers the line, "If there's a key, then there also must be a lock," that was spoken by Dawn 10 years earlier in 2001 in Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode "Blood Ties."
Does he do it like that?
Yeah,
though?
I think so.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I also like Jensen getting like gruffer and gruffer as Dean, and like trying to look out the corner. Like,
oh my God, the
do,
weird
like,
head.
He's trying to do like
thing.
Cool guy like pose. Like again, that thing where it's like Dean just being Dean is cool.
Yeah,
but when you're made aware of it and you try, like, it's as an actor so much fun to watch because those are 100% the things. Most of acting training is just
learning how to be natural.
It's learning how to be normal again. That's like I would say that's like 90% of like actual acting training is just learning how to be normal again. Wow.
That's crazy. Is that why a lot of actors are just like good actors are just really dumb people who like it's because it's like you don't even think about it?
No, because I think there's like a bell curve thing. Like I think being dumb makes it maybe easier entry into acting. But at a certain point, you need to have
Sure.
something else going on to have like the insight and stuff to
Sure,
make
yeah,
decisions. But I do think there is like a little bit of a bell curve
Totally.
where dumbness is like helpful.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so funny. So the
This
producers
montage is amazing, and also like Misha like mouthing to the director like, "What the fuck is happening?"
So good.
so good.
The producers comment on how Jensen is living with Jared. In real life, Jensen Ackles did live as a roommate in Jared Padalecki's house in Vancouver before both of their marriages.
Really?
Yeah. In between takes, they then try to do the spell.
Yeah.
But then nothing happens.
Well, because the director is like, "Did we get anything we can use?" Like they're going like they're having that kind of conference where it's like, "Do we we can't burn a day on this?" Like,
yeah.
what do we have? How could we rework the scene? Freeze frame guy has to think of something else. And while they're talking about that, Sam and Dean jump through the window and nothing happens.
So funny. And they basically are just like, these guys are on fucking drugs or something. Like,
Well, yeah, and then they also hear it's like I hear that they were smuggling organs into
Yes.
the country or whatever. Or I think it's a drugs thing. Like, I love the rumor mill thing. I also love that there's no secrets.
No.
Like all of this stuff. So true.
so they come to the conclusion that in this reality there is no real supernatural, no magic.
Yeah, Sam is the one that kind of cracks this because he had asked Jen,
The night before,
like, do you remember like the big earthquakes and stuff like that? She goes, yeah, I remember last season of your show. Ugh, Jesus.
Yes,
We get it. Which is really funny.
yes. She's like, you've been Sam too long, and I just turned to somebody and I'm like, yeah, buckle up.
Yeah. But he says he's been online. Nothing happened.
Yeah,
But
there is
he's
no
like,
sign of like
it's like
supernatural creatures.
This is like a world where there is no magic. There's that, and this is where we get like there's no heaven. There's
yeah.
no anything like
They're
that. I think
suggesting
this
that
is
it's
where we
this-
get maybe the Imagine lyrics.
Yes.
Yeah, but
That's this version of like Earth, basically, that we're currently in.
they do up until later in the episode where it's basically one very much like ours.
Sure.
Yeah.
So back on set, we see that at the same time the angel hitman Virgil appears.
Yeah, he's jumped through,
That's right.
which is interesting.
We also get a scene where the stunt doubles are rehearsing a fight. They are Jared and Jensen's actual stunt doubles.
Right. Yeah, this is like the next day or just later the same day
Yeah.
or something.
Dean has a line, if I hear one more conversation about hockey, I'm going to puke,
Yeah.
which is apparently was ad-libbed.
Which is just like, really? That's your gripe with Canada?
I know. It's so funny.
But they're standing there and they're talking about how there's no magic or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they see this, or they're walking and they
Yeah.
see this angel, and Dean doesn't see him until it's too late, and Sam's like, "Dean, no!" And the angel goes to like
Zap
smite him,
Yeah.
and nothing happens. And Dean goes, "This is a no mojo zone or mojo free zone or whatever," and they beat the shit out of this guy. And then like the director is talking to someone, or the fight choreographer is like, "Yeah, we do all the stunts for this show." And she goes, "Is that one of yours?" They just see Jensen and Jared beating the shit out of some guy on set.
Do you know what set they're in?
Is that the dragon?
It is. Hideout.
thing?
Yeah, it's the dragon's hideout.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
The rest of the crew then intervenes. However, during the resulting scuffle, Virgil pickpockets the key Balthazar
Yes.
gave Sam before running away.
Yeah.
The crew of the show is now suspicious because Jared and Jensen are behaving completely out of character.
Yeah, they had like it looks like a PCP episode.
Yeah, they don't normally talk to each other. They came in with a mysterious package, which the crew believes is either drugs or black market organs, and they've beaten up Virgil, who everyone believes to just be an extra on the show.
Yeah. And I think the next scene we get is the director and like the script supervisor or whatever, and the VFX guy or whatever are on the phone with what the subtitles just call Sarah.
It's Sarah Gamble.
But is it actually Sarah Gamble?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't know if it was just like an actor or if it was actually her.
No, they call her and suggest that maybe they get Eric Kripke to come to Vancouver.
Here's what I like about this scene that I want to talk about. That's very smart. They're saying, like there's a real problem with these guys and blah 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 blah. And she goes, so what? I've got to come and talk to them. They go like, well, this is pretty serious. we kind of think Kripke should do it. She goes, that's going to undermine me. I'm supposed to be in charge of this
So
thing.
good.
And it's such like a real, like, I know they're playing it for laughs, but it's such a real moment of like a woman in a position of authority in a male-dominated industry taking over a show from a dude. Like, season 6 was probably all about power struggles and that. Like, the ability to like laugh about that, but also be like, but it's like a thing.
Yeah.
It's really, especially because now, you know, Sarah Gamble now is like the preeminent showrunner.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to have this scene that is largely for laughs, but it is also like, this is an issue. And then also, because we do get like Kripke
Yes.
later, and I love
what happens.
how it's,
yeah.
I love how it's played.
100%.
Really funny to me.
So Sarah reluctantly agrees, although Kripke is sequestered in a cabin writing the script for Octocobra.
Yeah. He's writing his new pilot.
I love that.
They picked up Octocobra.
Yeah, and Bob Singer is just like, God, they'll buy any crap. Meanwhile,
It's so good.
Virgil then sneaks up behind Misha in his car.
Yeah. I want to say before we get into this, I kind of forgot the back half of this
How
episode.
crazy it is.
Yeah, because I was like, oh yeah, they're in the real world, and then I forgot, and then this is where I was like, oh, or one very much like it.
Sure.
Because
He takes Misha into a back alley.
yeah, and
just for no real reason.
no, it's for a reason.
Well, he needs his blood.
He needs his blood because he's going to do the blood
It could have
cell
been
phone. He's
it
going
could
to
literally be anybody.
He's going to do Meg's blood cell phone.
Could literally do that with anybody.
Yeah.
He even said, which is an
It is funny because it starts with Misha being like, tweeting, being like, hey, Misha Migos, you ever get that feeling someone's in the backseat?
So funny. Also, that tweet never got sent because it was stopped.
Oh, so fucking good.
Yeah. So, I've got so much to say. But so he
go on.
kills him, makes the
he
call.
slashes Misha's throat and Misha just dies.
Also, Virgil makes a comment.
And Misha's begging and pleading. It's real. It's very scary, actually. It's a good like tone shift in the episode because the episode's very funny.
There's like an unhoused guy who watches them.
Yeah.
But which I love the line also that Virgil says where he's like, I can't believe I'm reduced to doing this, because he's like, basically this is how demons communicate.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Then that's what he's resorted to trying to do that, but to contact Raphael.
Yeah. Normally I have a BlackBerry. This is like a flip phone. It's like a Crazer.
Okay, buckle up.
All right. Oh.
Yeah. So the blue sweater that Misha is wearing, I went on a huge deep dive.
Let's do it.
So the blue sweater that Misha's wearing is also one that he wore in a photo with a rhino puzzle.
Cool.
Might think, what is that? Who cares?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
So in 2010, Misha was asked to encourage the fandom to tweet to win the show a place on the TV Guide cover.
Sure.
Misha did so by saying, Warner Bros. Just called and they'll give me a live rhinoceros if the three guys wearing earth tones win this poll. There's a photo of them wearing all earth tones. Later adding, I can't do this alone, and I'm not one to hog winnings, so if we win, I'll carve the rhino up and mail little dried pieces of it to each of you.
Jesus Christ.
It just keeps going. So when the Supernatural fans' extraordinary commitment to the show and nonstop voting resulted in the win.
Yeah, because obviously Supernatural fans could give a shit about rhinos.
Yes. Misha Collins then tweeted, if you recall, since we won, Warner Bros. Will be rewarding me with a rhino. True to my word, I will cut it up and share it with you all. His instructions to fans were to redeem your rhino portion, send a self-addressed, plastic-lined, stamped envelope to me at this P.O. box. In return, in January 2011, fans received this correspondence about a puzzle hunt.
Okay.
Each fan received a number piece from 1 of 5, originally rumored to be 6, identical rhino jigsaw puzzles. Then they had to track down the other fans with pieces from the same number puzzle to form a team.
And then put their puzzles together?
Oh, just wait. So through the power of the internet and a live journal community, people matched up using emailed photos of the fronts and backs of each puzzle The puzzle was assembled using the rhino picture on the front, and on the back was written an email address to send a note to when enough pieces were assembled to make out the actual address. Eventually, all the teams solved the puzzle. But members of the team with the puzzle number 3 were the first to send an email. Misha then sent out an email outlining items for a scavenger hunt that needed to be tracked down. Items ranged from sublime, written or photographic proof of the existence of life after death, 16 points, to the ridiculous, a photo of a person holding an authentic rhino puzzle piece in a Russian MiG fighter jet. Any class of MiG will do. 31 points.
Yeah, find yourself in a MiG with a piece of a rhino puzzle.
Fierce competition resulted in some fanish wank. The puzzle number 3 team, again, won.
Holy shit.
With the prize being cash or tea with Misha. This is what he wrote. Well, let me tell you, anyone on Team 3 who submitted any entry in the scavenger hunt, I know who you are, has 2 options for their prize. Option A, you can send your T3 numbered puzzle piece to the same address you sent the plastic lined envelope, and in return, I will send you $53.21 in Canadian cash.
Good Lord.
And coin in the mail. Or option B, you can keep your T3 and redeem it at any point in the next 7 years for a cup of tea. If at any time, any place in the world, except my house, you present me with an authentic T3 numbered puzzle piece, I will enjoy a cup of tea with you. I'll either brew it, buy it, or otherwise furnish us each with a cup of tea, hot or cold, according to your mood. Misha did honor his commitment to have tea with the members of the winning team at a number of conventions over the next year.
That's fucking amazing.
It keeps going.
Is all of this like Misha's idea, or was Warner Brothers like, you're the vessel for this cool viral marketing thing? Or was Misha just like, we could have more fun with this?
It's all Misha.
That's fucking I fucking love him so
much. And
I'll
approve this with this next part.
Okay, sure.
So, this scavenger hunt became the beginning of what is known as Gish.
Okay.
The greatest international scavenger hunt of the world has ever seen. Gishwes, pronounced Gishwes, now shortened to Gish,
right?
An annual week-long competitive media scavenger hunt, originally held in October and November, but more recently in August. Teams of 5 to 15, previously 9 to 15 before 2022. Competitors earn points for submitting photos and videos of themselves completing prompts from a list they received at the beginning of the week. Misha Collins originally founded Gishwish in 2011 after a publicity stunt in the television series Supernatural, in which Collins appeared, wins a People's Choice Awards. The competition held a world record for the largest scavenger hunt to ever take place, and several additional world records. The hunt also raised funds in support of several charities and was affiliated with the Random Acts 501c3.
Jesus Christ.
I've known about Gish for a long time.
But the blue sweater is from what?
The photo that got posted with him and the rhino puzzle that he initially put out.
Understood. I mean, that's... I love that shit.
Uh-huh.
I love that shit.
So good. It just... I know a lot of people that like really are huge Misha fans from this show and like got super into Gish.
Mate, we should do that with the artwork.
Yeah, we'll send out pieces of it.
You all have to physically get together to do it, and then maybe I'll buy you like a lemon. You can any lemon.
We're gonna have a lemon.
Well, I was like, it can't.
We're gonna have a lemon party. Is that what's?
I've only got one cup.
Oh no. So, Bob then confronts Sam and Dean.
Good Lord.
I know. I told you.
Yeah, because Sam and Dean go back to the set.
Yeah.
And Bob is just there.
He's sitting inside Bobby's room and is just like,
yeah.
What the fuck's going on, guys? Like, is there something I can do? Are you just trying to, are you doing this because you want more money?
Yeah, like if we get you paid more,
Like, you try to beat an extra to death.
Yeah, will you just let us do that? I also love that like none of the responses here involve the like it's such a Hollywood thing.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
like you're listen, we know you're above the law, but we still have to make this show.
Yes. So good.
I think we've gotten close. You know, I'm not just director Bob Singer.
So good. He's
Bobby Singer naming a character after something. Like,
so good.
It's very good.
But they drop the pretense of being Jared and Jensen and tell them that they quit.
Well, yeah, Dean says something like, we're the Winchesters. We've always been the Winchesters, and no one's gonna take that away from us. And he like walks away. Like the director Bobby's like, I can work with this.
Yeah, he's like psychotic breaks. Who hasn't had one of those? This I can work with.
At least they're in character.
Yes,
it's kind
so
of like,
good.
Yeah.
So there's in this scene where Bob tells the boys that they cannot make up their own lines, which is a little inside joke. Both Jared and Jensen have confirmed that from time to time, while they can't and would never attempt to fundamentally change any of the actual storylines, they do play with the dialogue as necessary to make it feel right for Sam and Dean. Since they've been playing the characters for so long, writers trust them and give them leeway to do so within reason.
Yeah.
Dean says that at least in their world, they make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like, we're like we don't talk. We're nothing to each other. This is fake. All of this is fake.
Yeah.
But I do like the sort of meta text of like, you know, but Supernatural makes an impact on people. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
I do kind of enjoy that.
They then go back to Jared's house and learn from Genevieve that Misha is dead.
Yeah.
And I love that their first response is, where? And she's like, what?
Yeah. It's like, we're going to investigate.
So funny.
Because truly in that world, be like, what? No.
What do you mean, where? What are you going to do? I'm going to go down the streets looking for an angel, any angel.
I do love the idea that, like, from her perspective,
yeah,
the last couple of days, Jared has been, like, too much in the Sam headspace. He's like, remember the earthquakes? And then he's like, where was this murder? Like, she's just watching him like get subsumed by his fictional character.
So funny. So they go to the scene. A witness, and this is where we get the caution tape with him with a little maple leaf on it.
Yeah, so you know where you are.
Yeah.
So and you see Vancouver Police Department, a dumpster says Vancouver on it. Like we get it.
Canada.
Yeah.
They speak to the unhoused person that the killer apparently was speaking to Raphael.
Yeah.
And they learn from the relayed conversation that Virgil is trying to get back to their reality.
Well, he was like, he's speaking.
He's got the key.
He killed the guy. He was speaking in this cup. I swear to God, I heard it speak back.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's talking about all this stuff. He gives him like info. Dean hands him a $50 bill,
which is a Canadian 50.
Red 50.
Yeah.
The old Mackenzie King, if you will.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop a king on him.
Not as good as the Robert Borden, the 100.
That's right.
Yeah.
It smells like maple.
Does it?
Yeah.
The Borden?
Yeah.
Smells like maple?
Yeah.
The $100 bill smells like maple.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
But it's our money.
I don't know.
Like, we're not fucking tourists.
I don't know. It does, though.
Really?
Yeah.
$100 bill smells like maple?
Yeah. Do you not have a lot of those? Or?
Sorry, I'm not in charge of the Patreon accounts.
The money's still in there. You start a business. So we then cut to Virgil acquiring some weapons.
Yeah.
This scene.
I want to talk about this.
Sure. I wonder if it's gonna be exactly the same thing as the person I watched it with said.
It is so much more difficult.
Yes, yeah, that's what I figured it was.
There are gun stores in Canada. You can buy guns.
I've never seen one, but yeah.
There's one downtown.
Is there?
You can buy guns downtown. There's
Where?
rifles and shit.
Oh, it's the sports place?
Yeah, the one like across from Murdoch's.
That used to be like the skate shop or whatever? Yeah.
You can buy guns.
Oh, sure.
But it requires a lot.
Yes.
A lot of like, you need all the right licensing and stuff.
Yeah.
You can't just like load it up and walk out.
No,
you gotta, like
you can't load it up
there's
in
like
the store. Yeah.
Cases and shit and locks and like.
That's true.
This is the one thing where it's like you can slap Canada on whatever you want. This is not how Canada works.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is very much replicating the Terminator.
Yes,
in this scene.
100%. It's like that. Yeah.
Guys even dressed with like the trench coat and everything. Like they're very much are trying to.
I mean, Terminator wasn't in a trench coat.
Wasn't he?
No, he's in like a leather biker. First people he meets are the biker gang. He shows up naked. Nice night for a walk. Nice night for a walk.
Yes.
Your clothes, give them to me.
Yes. So while they wait for Virgil to show up on set, Dean suggests to Sam that maybe if they get stuck in this reality, Sam's life would actually be better. Sam disagrees, though, because back in their world, they do matter. And he doesn't like that this world, they aren't even brothers.
Yeah.
When Sam suggests that Sam...
And I'm Polish.
When Dean suggests that Sam wouldn't be that broken up if they got stuck in the meta world, which Sam denies, Dean responds, well, I'm just saying, no hell below us, only
above us only sky.
Above us only sky.
Oh, I think that would be his episode title.
Yes. Which is also a quote from the song Imagine by John Lennon.
Yes.
Both in the Supernatural universe and the TV universe, in Bobby's house, there is a paper pinned to a wall that says Roy Lagrange.
Okay.
Which is the hoodoo priest from season 1, episode 12, Faith, whose wife was controlling a reaper.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Kind of a cool little thing there.
That's fun.
Virgil then returns to the set just as Kripke arrives.
Yeah. So Kripke arrives. By the way,
it's not actually Kripke.
By the way, Kripke, Bob Singer are not.
It's not the actual guys.
Ones, but the Kripke arrives and they're like, "Thank you so much for coming to do this." And he's like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm still working on Octocobra or like whatever." But he's like very.
Yeah.
He's being a real like douche.
Yes.
Everyone is the worst version of themselves, which is great. And then they turn around and they're like, "Oh, is that
the extra?
Is that the extra?" And he's like, "Great. I'll hey, you." And he starts
he says, "Hey, extra."
Here's what I love about this. He's walking towards him. He's being like a real douchebag, like producer kind of type. The angel just starts blowing him away with this gun,
which I feel
but
like
he keeps walking towards him. Like it goes slow mo. It's like
a Terminator.
Like boom, but he gets like shot once. But he just, but he's like, what I love about this scene is he gets shot and he doesn't go like, "Oh fuck," and start trying to run away. He gets shot and he goes, "I still have to talk to this extra."
So good.
Keeps walking until he gets fully killed.
I do like it because it feels a bit ceremonial.
I do too. Like, it's what I like. Like, it feels very like
we're killing the director. Like, he's not part of the show anymore.
I love that there's the scene with Sarah where she's like, "I'm in charge now."
Yeah.
And then we have this scene. It's like, Kripke is gone, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of love it.
I absolutely
I think it's so funny.
It feels like it's like, look, he's not part of the show anymore. We killed him. He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So when Kripke dies, his white shirt is shown with the blood splatter in the same pattern as Mary Winchester's nightgown in the Supernatural
that's
pilot.
Cute.
Yeah. Also, he's in like the same position on the ground.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Bobby gets blown away as well.
Bob Singer, Kevin Parks, and Lou Bolo all get murdered.
Yes.
He walks in and just starts blowing them all away.
Oh, yeah, and then he, like, walks onto set, and he's, like, killing PAs and stunt people. Like, this is where you're like, oh, it's a world very similar to ours, but can't be ours because these people are alive.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Because if they were committed to viral marketing.
I mean, there we go. If you die in the show, you die in real life.
Yeah, we cast a day player to murder a bunch of the producers.
But Sam and Dean managed to knock him out and get the key.
Yeah.
Just as Sam has the key.
Well, because they learn, I might have blacked out, but we learn from the homeless guy that basically he has to keep the key and that Raphael pull him back.
Yes.
Because the lingering question is, how do we get out of a world with no magic?
Yeah.
So they get the key right as like kind of the sigil and stuff is showing up on the window.
Totally.
And they get pulled back to their world, to Supernatural.
So when Dean and Sam are pulled back through the portal of the window by Raphael near the end of the episode, the picture goes to freeze frame.
and then when you come back, it just cuts to them falling through the
which was also...
I love that that's the solution that was pitched for the first one. So good.
But also, that was a commercial when the episode
Yes.
aired.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good. When the show continues after break, the two are outside, landing on broken glass. Sam and Dean
so
are actually
good.
not seen passing through the glass. This is exactly how the set designer suggested dealing with Sam and Dean. Botched window from the beginning of the episode.
So good.
So, Raphael, now in a female vessel,
Yeah.
demands the key.
Yeah.
They don't do too much. They do go like, dude looks like a lady or something.
Yeah, which is all right.
And Balthazar makes like some sort of like flirtatious comment towards
Which
her.
is more fine
Yes.
somehow.
Yeah. Balthazar arrives and reveals that the key and Sam and Dean's journey was all a ruse to distract Raphael.
Yeah, it's all a diversion. The weapons were never there. The weapons are like, you'll never get them.
Totally.
All this kind of stuff. And then Raphael's like, you thought it was a good idea to still fucking show your face, Balthazar, or whatever.
Yeah. But Castiel shows up and he's got all of the weapons.
And we get another fucking Cass money shot.
Yeah.
With the wings and shit. And he's like, I have all of the weapons.
And he threatens to kill Raphael.
Yeah.
And Raphael leaves.
Oh, hell yeah.
After Raphael disappears in the middle of the final scene,
Hey, Misha Amigos.
Balthazar says to Castiel, well, Cass, now that you have the sword, try not to die by it. This is a reference to the Bible verse, Matthew 26:52, which describes a disciple, identified in the Gospel of John as Peter, drawing a sword to defend against the arrest of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, and then being rebuked by Jesus, who tells him to sheathe his weapon. The verse reads, then Jesus unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they take that sword shall perish with the sword. So Castiel then returns Sam and Dean to Bobby's house, promising to reveal more of what is happening in heaven soon.
Yeah, he basically leaves them, but he says like, I'll explain when I can. Mm-hmm. And he
it's actually cool. So when Sam and Dean arrive back at Bobby's house, in their universe, the window and much of the wall behind them has actually been fully obliterated.
Yeah.
Like the scene in the movie, which this episode gets its name from, where they have literally broken the fourth wall.
Yeah.
At the end of the final scene of the episode, Sam checks the wall is solid again, perhaps to reassure viewers that, as well as Sam and Dean, they are truly back in the supernatural world.
Yeah.
Back at home, Sam and Dean reflect that they are now back in their old crummy house with no money, but at least they're talking to each other.
Can I say this? One little thing that I wanted to happen that didn't happen is for Bobby to come home. Because they say at the beginning of the episode that Bobby's like running an errand. Like he's not doing anything important.
Yeah,
I just wanted him to like come in and be like, what the hell? Like, just see the just cut, like
there is one thing that I wish they had done, which is I wish they had to have then actually do the real life version of that scene about the key and the lock. Like that scene with
Cass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole other version of this where you play the mirror more.
Yeah.
But I mean,
those are just would be nices.
It's time for, I think this will be an interesting one.
Oh.
The Fuck You Samuel Campbell Memorial Who Was the Biggest Asshole this episode segment. In an episode, frankly, full of assholes.
Yeah. But nobody, I mean, besides Virgil, I guess, who's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if killing makes you an asshole.
I mean...
Yeah, I feel that way.
Should be bad.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. Okay, but if we take killing off the table.
Yeah. I think we're 50-50 on killing.
Who do you think the biggest asshole this episode is?
Biggest asshole this episode? I think it might be Kripke.
Interesting. I was going to say Bob Singer.
I don't think he's just trying to do his job. Like he's very cynical and stuff like that, but he's also he does try to talk to them, like
sure,
he's just trying to do his job. I think, or no, biggest asshole might be the driver that immediately betrays their trust.
I mean, that's true.
It says like we went to the airport and picked up what I believe to be organs.
Yes,
both betrays their trust and speculates wildly.
Yes,
yeah,
you're not wrong.
I think it might be the driver.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, with that, why don't you tell us what your review of this episode is?
I fucking love this episode.
Yes.
This episode is so goddamn good. This is not only the best episode this season, this is one of the best episodes of the show at all.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It does a great job of making fun of things that we know are kind of tropes.
Yeah.
The guys do a good job of like God, them trying to act is like one of the best bits of comedy in Supernatural.
Yeah.
Is that
so good?
It's a rare moment where Jared is funny, legitimately funny.
Yes.
Like the choices he's making are very good.
Also, whenever he acts dumb, he always does a good job.
Totally. Like, this is just like Bad Day at Black Rock, right? Like getting to see Sam like way out of his depth.
Yes.
Very funny.
Always love that.
I love the conceit of it, the idea of parallel. This is the first parallel Earth we get on the show.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
An idea of a world without magic. What does that do to angels and stuff? Like, that's kind of an interesting wrinkle we've never seen before. I do like that we're finally getting some of this thread back in about
the Angel War,
the missing weapons, all that kind of stuff. I like the meta commentary about Sarah and Kripke and making the show and things like that. It's cool to see like Jen in like that kind of cameo is very fun. Also, Cass is barely in this season, so to bring him in and then also just with him playing Misha, he really makes you feel like he's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
'Cause he's like, God, me and the guy. You know what I mean? Like,
So
I know they're
funny.
playing the joke that he's kind of an outsider with them, but it makes you feel like, yeah, he is around. He's there. They're filming the show because you see him so rarely this season.
True.
Especially compared to season 5. You know what I mean? So I love that. Yeah, I mean, Balthazar's great. I love his performance. I love like the way he is. I know it's a new actor, but Raphael is the weakest part of it for sure.
Yes.
But in general, this episode is amazing. I love it. I think it's funny. I think it's heartfelt. I think it does everything right. I give this episode... I give this 5 customs-free organs.
Amazing. I mean, you're not wrong. This is probably tied for first for me.
Of the whole
Series.
show? Yeah.
With Swan Song.
Swan Song's fine.
Stop.
What did I give Swan Song?
You fucking better have given it.
No, I was right. Yeah, 4.5.
Oh my god. Insane.
It's a very respectable score. It's not a
can't.
That's not a bad
Let's not get
score.
I don't want to rehash this.
Do you know what I do?
This episode is so well written, so well directed.
Yeah, extremely.
It's it like is constantly making references to itself. I always know when it's going to be a good episode when there's a ton of behind the scenes and like stuff, because it's like that means there was a lot of care taken with it, and like everything was done very intentionally.
Yes, I think you feel that in this episode. A lot of intention, a lot of like little details and fun Easter eggs and shit like that.
100%. They fully get what makes this show good. This show, I was trying to figure out why this show could do this, because I think part of the thing that allows this show to do that is that the level of commitment that they have with these roles, it's never like winky. It's so like genuine. They play these characters so well.
It also feels like the logical evolution of the meta shit we've been playing already. Mm-hmm. There's the books, there's the stuff with Chuck, there's the convention, there's the cosplayers.
Yeah.
Even the ghost facers in their own way, even though they're not riffing on them, but the idea of that, but there are also these kind of paranormal, like all of the meta shit that we've built along the way. What's the next logical thing? It's like, well, they're in a TV show.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Like,
but like Vampire Diaries couldn't do this. And I think like it's
totally,
I think it's important like to give them credence for this, making a show that could do this.
Yeah.
And it's so well performed from like everybody in there, from even the bit parts. Like, you're right. Raphael is the weakest point of this, and that actress is great. Like,
she's fine. She's not doing anything wrong.
Oh yeah, she's serviceable.
But she's barely in it. Not her fault. And also, Raphael as a character is nothing.
Yeah.
We've seen Raphael 3 times.
Exactly.
And all we know is Zealot.
Yeah.
And Zealot as like a character description, unless you come in with a real choice, that's vague as shit.
Yeah.
You go Zealot. Okay, well, that just means like I'm doing it because I have to. It's like there's no real motivation. You know what I mean?
Also, Genevieve Padalecki, Jesus Christ. Good God.
I would jump through a number of glass windows to find that Earth.
She also did a good performance in this too.
She's great.
Yeah.
I love like the kind of like I don't have time for your bullshit shit with Jensen.
Yeah.
I love the histrionics with Misha's dad.
So good.
I love the very sincere it's the Otter fundraiser.
So
like
good.
She's very good.
It's very, very good.
It really makes it clear that they just didn't use her well.
Yeah.
She was too fun to have been Ruby.
Yeah.
And also, Ruby got written less fun with her in the role because
Weirdly.
Ruby in season 3
Was fun.
is more fun.
Yeah.
Katie Cassidy is really good.
Yeah.
You know?
It's weird.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this, of course, 5 out of a possible 5 alpacas.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's an alpaca, dumbass. Whatever.
It's really no, there's a camel in the backyard. It's an alpaca, dumbass.
He doesn't look at all like a camel.
It's so funny.
I love Dean.
All right. Well, before we go, we've got a couple notes from fellow hunters.
A couple? Oh, my God.
Yeah. I couldn't not include both of these.
Are they relevant to the episode?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
So, first one with the title, God, I Wish It Was My First Time.
Whoa. Easy.
Been there. So,
I don't wish that. I don't want it to be my first time.
That's true. My first time was awful.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to know.
Oh, I mean, first time that I was like a willing participant.
Yeah, I mean, that just made it so much worse.
You shouldn't have said anything.
Oh, my God.
Anyways.
I forgot what podcast we were on.
Oh,
also.
yeah. Oops.
Yeah. Fuck.
They go on to say, hello again, boys. Missed me? I couldn't let this episode, season 6, episode 15, pass without a comment.
Oh, my God.
What?
Sorry, who is this?
You'll find out.
Is this the doctor? Is she back?
No.
Oh. Thought it was Dr.
Sometimes,
Christine for a second.
sometimes I regret not being able to watch the episodes for the first time.
Sure.
And for me, this one belongs to the top. The show is always good with fan interaction and not taking itself that seriously. And this time they peaked. Just a few highlights from me. Being directly thrown into it with Balthazar's wonderful entrance and him complimenting Bobby Stock. The amount of bad acting, well-intentioned bad acting, made me laugh hard. And, intentional bad acting made me laugh hard. The dig against Kripke's new shows was hilarious. It's almost enough for me to forgive the lack of an appearance of Mark Shepard saying, hello, boys, and them freaking out. When the brothers came to Misha's crime scene, I half hoped the cops would react like they should. What are the two clowns like you doing at my bloody crime scene?
Yeah.
But we can't have
it's
it
true.
all.
They just walk on there.
Yeah. I do wish that they would have done that. But with the last words from Sam, at least we're talking. My heart cramped a little as I thought for now.
Wow.
Overall, a solid 4.75 out of 5 killed Supernatural Cruise. Can't wait for you to dive in.
Wow.
Yours truly, Michael. Still not the Archangel, but when I was a kid, my mom made me an angel costume for the German carnival, Fasching, with wings and a halo and all. So maybe?
Wow. Nice.
Second note.
Okay, second note. Thank you, Michael.
Yes. Hey guys, I have binged listened to the podcast ever since my friend Meg, not that Meg, also, hi Meg, told me about it. I watched Supernatural consistently for 3 years during my lowest depression, so I've seen the series at least 5 times and can still watch without getting sick of it.
I love that.
Not
the depression part, but well, I mean, I like it for myself. I don't wish it for other people. I'm talking too much. Go on.
Love the show, love the podcast, and love the sandwich segment.
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
A person of taste.
Now that I'm caught up, I'm sad that I have to wait each week to have a new episode. But it does mean that I can be part of the discussion. In regards to last week's Parent Trap reference,
Ooh, yeah.
the Parent Trap was with Lindsay Lohan and was two twins split at birth, one British and one not.
Right.
They met at summer camp. It Takes Two was the Olsen twins who also met while one girl was at summer camp and the other one was at a vacation home next to the summer camp. In It Takes Two, the twins aren't actually related. Hope this answers the question you didn't ask.
Oh, it's just a coincidence that they're identical? Oh. I mean, totally understandable that we blended all of that together.
1,000%.
Yeah.
With love from Manitoba, Corey.
Wow.
I just love that.
Corey, condolences on living in Manitoba.
Boo.
My sister lives there.
I drove from Winnipeg to Whitehorse this year, and it's sure.
Which province was the worst part of it?
Manitoba.
Yeah.
And that's like
driving through swamp.
I drove through like the prairies and was like, this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
But a thing that I always find really funny is like, what of all of the things that we say in an episode are people going to pick up on and talk about afterwards?
Sure.
Because like, it's never the thing I think that they're going to talk about. You and I will say some crazy shit and we'll hear nothing.
Yeah.
So much so that even sometimes you go on there and you go, well, nobody has anything to say about this.
Yeah.
But the things that they pick up on and decide to talk about are always these like very benign things I never would assume.
I love that though.
This was like so talked about.
Yeah.
This Parent Trap thing. Everyone was just like, oh my God, It Takes Two. How do you guys not know that?
But here's the thing. I probably watched, like the most recent time I would have watched them, I probably watched both. Because my wife was like, we should watch this one, and then it probably made her think of the other one. She's like, we should watch this one. I probably like watched them within a couple of days
just
of each
blended
other,
them together,
and they're just the same now. Yeah, 100%.
All right, well, if you want to continue the discussion about 90s Disney movies that feature twins,
or about
no, come on, buddy.
I was gonna say like
what?
The actor's process.
No, it's not going to be everything you want to talk about.
I think it should be.
I know. God, they probably will. They fucking love you.
Yeah.
This makes me sick.
Yeah. I'm the favorite.
Yeah, weird. Well, you can join our incredible online forum.
Patreon.com.
There it is.
/Ghostfacers for only $1 per month.
Unless you're in a country that's not America, then
or you speak a real language.
You spoke like 3 languages.
Yeah, something happened. You get to join Angel Radio. It's our awesome community Discord server. Everyone there is so nice, so sweet. We have some fun chats about It Takes Two and shit like that. Chats about Supernatural.
Weird high school trauma,
going to prom, all sorts of like, it's just a fun community. It's a great time. It helps to support us.
Absolutely. So also, if you want to send a note like we got 2 today, and you want to maybe comment on something that happened in a previous or a future episode, or you just want to say hi and tell us how much you love us, well, you can email us at ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com or reach out to us through our various social media platforms.
Yeah, at @GhostfacersPod at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you get it every week. And while you're on there, why don't you give us a 5-star review? If it's not on Apple Podcasts or like Facebook, we won't get a notification. So just take a screenshot and send it to us. We've also got merch, ghostfacerspodcaststore.com. And like we've mentioned like 4 times in this episode for some reason, because somebody wants to get the numbers boosted, we've got another podcast.
Yeah, if you really liked how they dealt with the real world and the fictional world colliding,
I mean, yeah.
hop on over to the Dr. DC podcast, baby.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, I had a note and I don't remember what it was. I had like a really good thing and then it like
that we've done specific episodes about that specific phenomenon.
Yes, that's true.
I think episode 8 of the Dr. DC podcast is about the living comic book in the real world.
Whoa. This was the thing I was going to say. Also, from what the listeners on that show has said, apparently you have to listen to both podcasts because we start blending where we say what on one.
we don't remember what jokes start from where,
so you really got to listen to both.
Yeah. It's a crossover.
That's right, baby. Say goodbye, bitch.
Jerk.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.